What's up guys, welcome back to another Photos Code video. In this video we're taking a look into implementation of Cloudflare emails inside of our Astro projects. Here we will implement and send an email with a verified domain from our Cloudflare dashboard, which will go through step by step things needed to be done to start sending emails with Cloudflare. In the channel, we discuss and learn new skills around the topics of design and development. If you want to grow your skills and learn new things that are coming up, please subscribe for more videos just like this. Let's get started. Let's first head on to the official Cloudflare documentation. Inside here, we will search for a recently added service inside of Cloudflare, which is Cloudflare emails. Let's go ahead and search it as an email, and here we are looking at the Cloudflare email service documentation. And if we take a look at what's possible with the Cloudflare email service, we can send email and we can route email with a worker to a different email address. So what we'll be doing here is we'll be sending an email. We're not routing an email, but which handles the incoming email with a worker, but we'll be sending an email to the worker itself. So we have a couple of options. For example, as you can see, we have the options to send an email with a REST API, or we can also send an email with the worker itself. And also we have the JSON C file, a Wrangler file, which needs to be created, and it should be something like this with the email bindings that's available. So we won't be really diving into REST API, but instead we'll be using worker inside of our Astro projects to send an email. Alright, so we are inside of Cloudflare Astro documentation, and we can see here it's really relatively simple to configure Astro with Cloudflare. Let's go ahead and use pnpm and copy this particular command, which will create a Cloudflare compatible Astro project. Go to our terminal. Let's go ahead and paste this one in, and we will rename our particular app to Cloudflare Astro email. Looks like we have a small error. So this happens because using the latest version of pnpm, for security reasons it's blocking two packages, esbuild and sharp. And let's go ahead and copy this particular command. Okay, look like everything is working well. We have our Astro project that's running locally. Let's go to this particular section. We'll be not going with the pure static files, so that's why we're doing SSR, server-side rendering application. So let's go ahead and copy it, and let's paste this one inside of our project. Okay, looks like it's been added. Let's go ahead and validate it's added. So we have added Cloudflare and Wrangler, which is great, so that we could talk with Cloudflare services using Wrangler. Make an asset ignore file inside of our public folder. Let's go ahead and, so it's already there. So let's go ahead and copy a Wrangler RC file. We can have either or. You can have a toml file or Wrangler JSON C file. So we'll go with Wrangler JSON C file, and let's copy this one inside of our Wrangler JSON C file. If we don't have it, probably we need to create one. So inside of our Astro config.mjs, we can see there's no clue that it's using Cloudflare. So we'll replace this particular code with this so that we could make the use of Cloudflare as an adapter, so that we could interact with the worker bindings. You can copy this particular command pnpm astro add react and paste that particular in. So yes, I want to install all these dependencies, and yes, I want to add this particular configuration inside of our Astro config.mjs file with the integration react, and also make some changes inside of our tsconfig.json file. let's go to src and components. Inside component, let's rename this to email .astro. Probably we could rename this to tsx. Let's remove everything and let's first import react from react, use state from react, and we want to create a function, export default function called email form. And inside that particular function, what we want to return is some JSX, which has the form that's needed for our email sending purpose. So I've added this particular JSX, which has the heading, which has a paragraph. Let's send an email, and on submit handler, handle submit. So we haven't created that particular function yet. So let's go ahead and create that particular function, handle submit. So this particular function uses a couple of states. So we should make a couple of states inside of our application as well. So let's go ahead and add a couple of states that's used inside handle submit. So we have the email status and message state, which is maintained by use state React hook. And there's nothing much, but you can see we are sending an API request for our API send email route, which we'll be creating inside of our Astro projects using Astro API endpoints. And also we haven't defined any types. We are getting the data back and we are spitting out that data in the interface with set messages. And that's pretty much it. And we have added some JSX styles as well. Let's go ahead and add a couple of types needed for our application as well. So a use state, we'll have the status type, which may be idle, sending, success, or error. And data response would contain a message, success, message ID, and error. So let's go ahead and format this one out. So inside of our pages, we'll create a new folder and call it API. And inside this API, we'll create a new file and call it sendemail.ts. Okay, it looks like I have forgot to rename this particular file to email. Okay, let's go ahead and test our endpoint, which is the GET request inside of our browser. So inside here we can go to /API/send email and hit on enter, and we can see hello from our Astro Cloudflare endpoint, which means our Cloudflare API endpoint is working well. So what we can do next is create an API route so that we could handle the incoming post request from our input form. So for this to happen, what we could do is we could introduce another endpoint, which is a post API route endpoint. And inside this particular endpoint, what we are trying to do is we are taking the request, we are taking the to, which is the person who would be receiving that particular form through request, and we are trying to handle it with a key binding, which is email. So we haven't created any key bindings yet. We will be creating that particular key bindings, and we are sending this particular email. If email is sent successful, we'll throw this message ID success true and the message with the status code of 200. If it's not, we are sending down the error with a status code of 400. And your domain is not added, so let's go ahead and add your domain as well, which is a constant. And also we can find the env. Looks like I've misspelled Wrangler incorrectly. So if we run the command npx wrangler types, it would generate the types for us so that we could resolve this particular import issue inside of our endpoint. So after that's done, it looks like everything is working well. Let's go ahead and test this out locally. Alright, so look like everything is working well because we have received a Mrs. ID, and by the way this is local development. So inside of our local development, what Cloudflare does is doesn't really send an email, but rather than it sends an Mrs. ID, which means like we are pretty much okay with our implementation. So it's sent with a Mrs. ID, which is great. So let's go ahead and deploy this particular application inside of our Cloudflare as a Cloudflare worker, so that we could hit this particular API endpoint. All right, awesome. So now looks like our project is deployed. So let's go ahead and visit this, and you can see our project is inside of our custom subdomain where we can access our worker. So inside here, what we can do is in order to submit and send email, we need to configure some of the things inside of our dashboard. So inside of our workers and pages, we can see Cloudflare Astro email, which is successfully deployed a minute ago. And let's go ahead and click this, and we need to validate some of the things that's here. First of all, what we need is we need to add a binding which is missing. So we can add a new binding and call it email. So let's go ahead and do email binding, email service, and we can add this particular binding. So variable name for our binding could be email. So let's go ahead and write email, and by the way it should match this particular email.send. So after adding that, we can see our email binding is being added. So inside of our overview, we can also see our email bindings is added as well. So now the next step is to go to email services and email sending, and we can onboard our particular domain. So I've added my particular domain here, and inside there what we can see is we can previously see 2 emails has been sent for testing purposes. And also we need to go to settings. We need to validate all the DNS records has been added as well. So inside of our email routing, we can go to our domain, and we can add destination address inside of our application. So it's verified. You need to verify the destination address and the routing rules. Probably we can leave this particular cache all address empty, but the custom address needs to be added, which is, so for our Gmail, we will use our channel Gmail and send an email. What we can see here is 0 minutes ago we have sent an email. With this process, we have successfully configured and allowed our application to build with Cloudflare, and we can also use Astro endpoints as it has configured the Cloudflare adapter and the server render is enabled. It will automatically convert the Cloudflare worker into serverless function code for sending this email. So guys, in this video we learned about how we can send an email using Cloudflare email service. I hope you learned something new from this. If you want to learn more around the topics of design and development, please subscribe for more videos just like this. Don't forget to smash that like button for me. This really helps me to create more content. Thanks a lot guys. See you in the next one.